Hey guys, how are you doing? Um, I see by reading some of your responses and your PowerPoints that people are finding different ways to fill this time. I especially appreciated reading Abby's account. I can't imagine trying to juggle all the roles that you're trying to juggle, Abby, and keep your head above water. It does get hard. It just gets hard. The lack of going out, the isolation. Um, anyway, I admired the PowerPoints, but PowerPoints are brutally hard for me to do, and so I'm going to go this route. Some of the activities that have been sustaining during this period for me have been well, the highlight was that my son came back from a year in Korea. He's a lieutenant with the Army, and I was able to pick him up. I think back on the first week of when all this started. This is let's see if I can get that. Yeah, I was just so happy to pick him up and be able to spend some time with him. Um, that meant the world to me. I've been missing that boy a lot. Um, I was able to go to my 2-year-old granddaughter's birthday, very small celebration of her mom and dad and myself. And this is little Sadie, who was so thrilled to get a present. Bless her heart. We did get together. What have I got? Go back to April 3rd. This is. I went with my daughter Faith out to walk the small dogs around this neighborhood in Sunland. And one thing is, there's peacocks everywhere. And I'm going to play this 1-minute video for you that starts off with this guy mounted up on the fence, and the reaction of the dogs as they encountered this guy. So we're trying to get some more bread out of our pockets. We feed them seeds and bread and the like. Hope this responds. So this guy was up on the fence, just sitting there, being the guardian, and then he jumps in. And this is Sugar and Mocha, who are trying to figure out who this guy is and what to do with him. And he sort of ignores them and just has eats his offering. And even when Faith brings it up, he just sort of moves aside, but never overly concerned. Anyway, that is one of the blessings of getting out and taking a walk when it hasn't been raining. Hasn't the rain been a drag? I mean, on top of everything else, when you look out your window and it's gray and it's cold and you can't even go for a walk. It makes it even worse. I've been trying to make calls of encouragement again on the father of 5. Make calls of encouragement to different ones, and it's hard. I know it's getting to everybody. I have this mug that was given to me by my oldest daughter, and that's a picture of her and I and her dog back when she was born in the 70s. She was born in 1970. So that's my daughter Crystal. And then this mug also included a time after I had some cancer removed from my neck, and they gave me a set of rules to follow that I was balking at. and Crystal did a good job of making sure that I stayed with those rules. Bless her heart. And this is one of my favorite pictures of all time. And this is at the eighth grade father-daughter dance at Our Lady of Lourdes. Yeah, it was pretty great. Um, I don't know. Boy, I lost it for a minute. I don't know about the rest of you, but Easter for me, was particularly difficult. I have been used to being up on the mountaintop above our town. I think I have that down here too. Yeah, this is the cross up above our town, up on Mount McGroarty, and I've been up at that place for the last 30 years, usually leading a worship team, and well, a congregation of about 300 to 400 people from all the churches in the area come on for sunrise service, and to have that removed, the first time ever, that was hard. It was emotionally hard. I felt really sort of lost at sea on Easter Sunday. I have been I have been I've been reading. Well, I'm not trying to keep up with all 5 classes that now seem to have come together with all the assignments they need done for these last 3 weeks. Really enjoying this Master and Commander series by this fella Patrick O'Brien, who's just has a beautiful turn of phrase with the English language. And I'll just read you the opening paragraph here. And it says, "The music room in the governor's house at Port Mahon, a tall, handsome, pillared octagon, was filled with the triumphant first movement of Locatelli's C major quartet. The players, Italians pinned against the far wall by rows and rows of little round gilt chairs, were playing with passionate conviction as they mounted toward the penultimate crescendo, towards the tremendous pause and the deep, liberating final chord." As one who loves adventure novels and as a musician, that opening paragraph just struck me as just wonderful. I recently watched The Mission. I haven't seen in many years, that from back in the 80s, with Robert De Niro, Jeremy Irons, and a young Liam Neeson, and the story of the sacrifice that those Jesuit priests were willing to make to take the good news up to the Indians in the mountains of South America, and the battles that they fought and often lost with the Spanish government and Portuguese government, who wanted the Indians for the slave trade. Just a riveting movie. I watched Chariots of Fire again, which I love for not only for the racing, the fast. It's based around the 1924 Olympics, but also the story of the principles these guys had and the heart that they displayed to overcome all obstacles. And then finally, last night I watched Thor again, which I just loved that. I love that movie. It's not only is it witty, but it touches on all those universal themes that Joseph Campbell alluded to so brilliantly in his the hero's quest, the hero's journey, the rivalry between Thor and Loki for position, and the deep longing that Thor had to hear his father's positive words of affirmation. And man, like so many of us, I related that. It really touched me deeply. And I'll close it with a picture. I hope it shows it. This is my mom and dad in beginnings of their marriage, and like my brothers, the quest for this man's approval drove us in many aspects, and There's my little Scottish beauty of a mom. Ah, miss her. Anyway, God bless you guys. Stay safe. Stay with it. And if I don't get to see you again at the end of the semester, I hope to see you in the fall. Blessings.